Rural Bank's mid-year outlook forecasts a positive second half of 2021 for most agricultural commodities. This carries on after a strong first half of the year, as most commodities have thrived under much calmer conditions compared to the start of 2020. The outlook examines the key factors driving supply, demand and price in Australian agricultural markets, with a focus on what lies ahead for the second half of 2021. The analysis highlights three key themes which have shaped agricultural markets over the last 18 months and will continue to be active forces for the rest of 2021. Those are seasonal conditions, COVID-19 and trade conditions. Favourable seasonal conditions continued into the first half of 2021. Above average rainfall across most of Australia in the first half of the year, particularly New South Wales and Western Australia, has boosted prospects for another year of above average winter crop and horticulture production. Good rainfall has also supported ongoing efforts to rebuild livestock numbers from historically low levels. A high chance of wetter than average conditions continuing in the coming months is supporting positive production outlooks for most commodities in the second half of the year. Also supporting the positive outlook is the anticipated improvement in demand on the back of recovery from the impacts of COVID-19. As economies emerge from lockdowns and the distribution of vaccines helps consumer confidence rebound, demand for commodities such as wool, dairy, red meat and horticulture is set to strengthen. While recovery will hopefully remain a key theme for the remainder of 2021, the lingering impacts of the pandemic will continue to weigh on some commodities. These include labour shortages for horticulture as international travel is set to remain restricted, reduced air freight capacity and slower recovery in markets heavily dependent on international tourism. On the trade front, the start of 2021 has been relatively uneventful compared to last year. However, the events of 2020 mean restricted access to the Chinese market will continue to weigh on the outlook for some commodities. We do note the ability of exporters of commodities such as barley to adapt and diversify into alternative markets has been a positive outcome of those trade disruptions. The possibility of further restrictions on trade access to China will continue to provide some uncertainty for commodities currently unaffected. The second half of 2021 is set to be a largely positive time for Australian farmers on the back of favourable seasonal conditions and a rebound in demand as the COVID-19 recovery continues. While some challenges will persist from the pandemic and trade conditions, a strong production outlook and improving demand should provide farmers with plenty of confidence. Rural Bank's agricultural mid-year outlook covers 6 major commodities: cattle, cropping, dairy, horticulture, sheep and wool. To view the full report, visit the Rural Bank website.